The clock winds back to the start of the journey to Penacony. The Astral Express, upon invitation from the watchmaker, heads to a cosmic vacation spot, the Reverie Hotel, for a banquet. However, in this sweet dream paradise, they unexpectedly become entangled in two bizarre murder mysteries. A grand struggle for a legacy begins. Numerous factions enter, one after another, acting in response to the situation. The family hosts also plot to capture the watchmaker with this opportunity and ensure the Charmony Festival takes place as scheduled. A confrontation between the emanator of the Nihility, Acheron, and IPC representative Aventurine becomes the turning point of the entire event. The latter, through a grand death, shatters the family's lies and reveals the existence of the primordial dreamscape, Dreamflux Reef. The Express crew thus delves into the heart of the situation. Here, Gallagher reveals to everyone the truths about the dreamscape, the Stellaron, Mikhail, and the other nameless. They finally uncover the legacy of the Trailblazers and, in doing so, receive a glimpse from the Harmony. To fulfill the wishes of their predecessors, everyone heads to the Penacony Grand Theater with the intention of sealing the Stellaron. However, they are forced into a deadly battle against Sunday, the head of the Oak family, who is aligned with the Order. This great battle concludes with the fall of the Order once again. The future of Penacony remains uncertain. However, thanks to the mediation of the crew, the family and the IPC agree to cede some of their interests and reach a consensus. Penacony regains the right to determine its own destiny. In the very end, Sparkle makes a grand return with a startling bombshell. This crisis is ultimately resolved amid spectacular fireworks. With everyone receiving their own best ending, the tragicomedy of the sweet dream comes to a close.
Great! You're here. It's a secret. And it's a good thing I got here so fast. Otherwise, you would have missed the fireworks I prepared. Ugh, I'm not that big of a baddie, you know. Although I've made quite a few mutually assured destruction buttons, it's not like I'm going to blow up everything I see. Gray hair, don't be so nervous. I took a mutually assured destruction button and repurposed it into a sky full of sparkles button. I really wanted to give you an epic fireworks show. I tested it so many times just to make sure. And now that I finally boarded the Express, it doesn't even work. Oh well. Luckily, I brought along some sparklers too. Let's light them up. Look, aren't they nice? Wait, hold up. Where are you going? Don't leave!
Would you care for some jokes? A bit of laughter might be good for your health.
Amphorius, the Eternal Land.
Yeah, that's what Miss Black Swan said. It's a world hidden away from outside observation, with a presence only revealed by the light from the mirror of the Garden of Recollection. It's mysterious, all right. You haven't been with us on the Express very long. Will the journey be too much for you to handle?
We should consider Pom-Pom's opinion, too. They don't know we're considering Amphorius as a destination.
Yeah! Plus, even if we pass Amphorius over, we've still got a fuel problem to solve.
In other words, we won't be leaving Penacony anytime soon.
Or we could also revisit our previous stops to make sure that the astral charts and navigation routes are all functioning fine. I wonder if the hole in the Tychean Stadium has been repaired.
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip, you're probably better off spending it on getting actual work done.
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. But is there even any point to doing this? The threat's long been neutralized. They're just putting on a show. I mean, look at us. This sudden surge in inter-family cooperative efforts. It's nothing but a pretense for those outsiders, isn't it?
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Now I'm curious. Are the stories going around true? Was the furor that broke out a while ago really a result of trouble within the Oak family?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is also a means to maintaining social stability? Now, who knows who's been fanning the flames? But there are a dozen rumors going around out there, each one more outlandish than the last.
Oh, I've heard those. Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had orchestrated everything and... what was it again? That the chaos was only quelled because of an accident? Makes no sense. So what's the lowdown?
Well, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for sure is that someone's taken the rap for it.
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo. Most of the blame was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly cancelled. Since then, not a single soul seen him. Heck, forget his whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive. Talk about scary. For all we know, we might have watched something go down in history, like what happened to the Black Plug family back then, without even realizing it.
I've heard another theory about that family head, though. I beg your pardon, sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here, and all affected facilities have been closed off. Kindly take a detour in the meantime.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez, are we Penaconians never gonna dream in peace again?
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The Stellaron has already been sealed. This is just a routine inspection. A move to heighten security, if you will. Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our power to protect the sweet dreams of every guest.
I see. We'll leave the two of you to your work then.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh. recall when or where we might have met?
My bad. I must be mistaken. Sorry about that. Sweet dreams to both of you, sirs.
You sure have a knack for stirring up trouble. Of all the routes available, you had to take the one that bloodhound's keeping watch over.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around. Even if they see through the Harmony's power of disguise, there'll be a way for us to escape.
Spare a thought for me, will you? Just being in your company is plenty enough to get me into trouble, Mr. Prime Fugitive of Penacony.
And that is exactly why I need you with me. You're the only one I can rely on in Penacony now.
The only one you can rely on, huh? What about her?
At least, she was spared from the consequences of my actions.
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you, eager for everyone to take you to task after a setback because that's the only way you'll feel better. As though the more they condemn you, the more likely you can rectify your mistake. That said, if I'd really wanted to hit you where it hurts, I'd use a different approach. Like a show of sympathy, for example.
You're right. I won't deny that.
She should still be in Penacony. Aren't you going to look for her?
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know why, considering your vested interest in reading my thoughts. I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Helping a fugitive return to their home. So exciting.
I see 2 bloodhounds. They appear to be on official business, unlike the pair from earlier. What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't notice, I can't see anything.
My apologies. I forgot that you're not very tall.
Remind me, why do I have to make this trip with you again?
We've been through this. You're the only one I can turn to now. Besides, we once lived a cat and dog existence. Embroiling you in my affairs won't weigh on my conscience.
You certainly don't have much of one if you can bring yourself to say something like that.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same. After all, you're only alive today because of me. You owe me that much.
Holy moly! Can you get any more conceited?
When you were abandoned in the wild and near your end, I showed you a way to survive and helped you escape the jaws of death. When you were at your wit's end and felt lost about your future, I did everything within my power to help you safeguard your position in the family.
Okay, I get it already. You have a way with words, I'll give you that. Still, it's one thing to repay a favor, quite another to knowingly put myself in harm's way. I don't understand. Why are you hell-bent on going back to Penacony? Is this an IPC mission? Did they make you a deal? You can have your freedom back, but in return you must turn against all whom you once called family or something like that?
Regrettably, Lady Bonajade didn't drop so much as a hint about it.
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One, who dare to exceed his bounds. Sever your wings, descend to the mortal realm, and walk their lands. See what this world is truly like.
accept your charity.
As I mentioned earlier, it's a trade, and you don't have to give me an answer right now. Rewards are not reaped in a day, and if there's one thing I'm best at, it's waiting. The sweet dream still continues, and the night is still long. You have plenty of time to contemplate your answer.
She only left me with a most intriguing message before setting me free. As for whether I can afford the price of my freedom, I'll only know when I find out what it is.
But nothing good ever comes out of being in the IPC's debt.
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. For now, there's still some time before that payment is due, so why not exercise the right to freedom that I've just regained?
By walking straight into a trap?
Or by making amends for past deeds. When it's time to go, this will be farewell for good. So, before I leave Penacony, I'd like to take some time to look back on all the events that have taken place.
Can't you just look back on it from a distance?
There's something else I want to do too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen, but the order in Penacony wasn't built in a day. This sweet dream is likely to still contain residual traces of the Oak family's influence.
Get off your high horse. The other 4 families are more than capable of working things out on their own.
I might have gone astray, but others shouldn't have to clean up after my mistakes.
Then you should also know that the IPC isn't gonna help you a second time. If you fall into the family's hands again, you're done for.
You know how it is. Old habits die hard. The tie should be on the center line. The shirt must not protrude from the vest. Trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes. We should always ensure that everything is in order before walking out the door. The same applies when bidding my home farewell, too.
But what has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the Founder's one of your disguises.
I'm not that old.
Oh, come on. Take a joke, will ya?
Sorry, but park facilities are out of order. Refurbishment works are currently underway. Please come back again later.
That sounds familiar.
I'm aware of the situation. You can skip the report.
What? What are you talking about? I mean... Mr. 1 Week, please excuse me. I should have recognized you earlier. I must be more tired than I realized.
I want to know what's going on in there. You'll tell me, won't you?
There's nothing much to say, actually. We bloodhounds are just as baffled as you are. My guess is that it's simply part of the aftermath of the Stellaron incident.
Aftermath?
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr. Workday. He works for me. You don't know him?
Oh, I see. Pardon my ignorance, sir. Coming back to the topic of the park, let's just say that it has been recently observed that certain behaviors are not tolerated around here.
What happens if you violate the prohibitions?
It's baffling, but corrective measures will be taken. It's kind of difficult to explain. Maybe you'd like to see for yourself?
Yeah, that works. Can you keep watch over the entrance? We'll go in and have a look for ourselves.
Please take these notes with you. They may come in handy.
You shouldn't have said that just now. It'll only make us look suspicious.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. I've always found this name to be more suitable for you. So, why are we here? You managed this park before?
You could say that. I was still a child back then. To become the bronze Melodia of the Oak family, I'd gone under Mr. Gopherwood's tutelage. We were taking a walk in the park like any other day, when he suddenly hit on the idea to have me manage the park. Within the domain he demarcated, my every word would hold the force of law. In hindsight, that was probably the first time that I enforced order.
You rose through the ranks soon after. I take it that you must have done a pretty good job.
Quite the contrary. I made a terrible mess of things. Fortunately, the tourists thought of it as nothing more than a spell of merrymaking.
Was that his way of training you?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequences to show me what he'd learned in life. That there is never an ideal paradigm when it comes to rules. If the enforcer is incapable of introspection, then even regulations once laid down with the noblest of intentions will eventually become defiled. This place is no exception. The distorted after echoes of the order will only add to the chaos.
Let's see what we have on these notes. No consumption of food except for burgers. What? No consumption of food other than burgers, especially ice cream. Please tell me you didn't make this rule.
I have nothing against desserts. The only reason I made that rule is so that people can learn to wait in line in an orderly manner for things, instead of shoving and jostling people around.
What happens if I break the rule?
It's as the Bloodhound said. Corrective measures will be enforced.
Huh. Try me.
Wait, don't... So, where are those corrective measures? That's odd.
Didn't I tell ya? The family can take care of the issue without you having to get involved. Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed on the stage. A surprisingly reasonable rule.
And an easy one to test. Neither of us is part of the cast or a crew member. Let's try it out.
Huh?
Let's try that again.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way back onto the right path. Looks like this is an example of the corrective measures that the Bloodhound mentioned. It's exactly what I would have done back then.
You've been iron-fisted since you were little, haven't you? Wait a sec. If this is how violations are corrected, then everything that I ate just now?
I tried to warn you. How do you feel?
Now, I'm feeling murderous.
In any case, say what you will, but I can't sit by and do nothing. Not when I'm the cause of all this trouble in Ideal Park. There's no need to involve the Dreamweavers. I'll fix these distortions once and for all.
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their roots. We'll be able to trace them to the source once they manifest. Breaking a few rules will do. We just need to make sure that the corrective measures that will be implemented aren't too much for us to handle. When a distorted after echo manifests to correct us, I'll be able to pinpoint its whereabouts. Then, I'll use the power of tuning to heal the dreamscape.
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now? Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt troupe while experiencing the attractions. The Dream Jolt troupe? Where? Are they hiding or something? Oh, there it is. Found a good hiding spot, didn't ya? Come on, let's buy some bottle caps from it.
Just one moment.
Let me translate that for you. Who are you trying to pay with your spare change?
I'm afraid you're going to have to handle this if it isn't enough.
Handle this? Handle what? Wait, is that really all you've got on you?
May I remind you that I am currently on the run?
Luck's on our side. Looks like we scraped together just enough. Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens? Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule? They can't be seriously going that far, right? No. Hey, look out! I killed everything! Burn to ashes!
Existence is unity. Time to cleanse the filth. Get it together. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Let the show begin!
All will be swept away by the wind. Be of your body and mind. Everything in this world is bleeding.
Let the show begin!
Set
Did they have to do that? They could have just recalled the capsule.
Perhaps making the attractions no longer just attractions is another corrective measure?
Aren't the rules being too finicky with words?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
not discard trash in trash cans. This is absurd. Did you make this rule too?
Children tend to be fascinated by such paradoxes. I was no exception.
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Well, what do you suggest we throw in? Something's happening. What is this? A woodcutter's trash can?
Enough. The location of the distortion is nearby.
Oh, there it is. Huh. It does look somewhat like you.
Time for it to disappear for good. Reveal thyself unto me, as is customary. All creatures endowed with eyes bear souls of equal worth.
Whoa, it worked. The IPC totally should have sent someone to keep an eye on you. Aren't they worried that you might make a comeback in Penacony and grow a new pair of wings?
So long as there remains a need for me to keep a low profile, I'm no threat to them.
That's true. Come to think of it, you had always been in the spotlight, be it as a respected member of the elite or a leader. When was the last time you fell into the mud? All the way back during your childhood days?
Sometime before I turned 6. Like most boys would, I tried to fly with my ear feathers, only to fall into a pit. I almost broke my halo.
That was sarcasm, in case you didn't realize. But whoa, you actually remember something like that?
You never forget times of failure. It's only human nature.
You're probably the only one who'd consider something like that a failure. What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so fresh, it's as if it all only happened yesterday. When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess. I thought myself no longer the same person as before. But it looks like I was just going round in circles. I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now, we should go. This will be a long farewell.
So, where are we heading next?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way, though. It might be better to take a quieter route.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'd advise you to stay away from that place.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. The family is currently investigating. You okay?
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe, too.
Hold on. Sweet Dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Thank you.
That was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your disguise.
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. Why is he still in Penacony? We needn't change our plans because of him, but be sure to keep your guard up. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days. Come now, it's time we set off. Let's not stick too close to each other, just in case. A few feet or so between us will do. Seems I let my wishful thinking get the best of me. Will you at least give me a chance to explain?
I will, but before I do, put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous incantations.
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar impression of me. Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent. Penacony will never experience the Order again, either.
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value, not after how you wielded the power of harmony. Answer me. What are you doing here?
It looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally.
So, it was the IPC that freed you.
My sister has likely made an agreement of some sort with them. As for how I'm able to move around freely in Penacony, I have 1 week to thank for that. As you can see, I've only returned to my home to bid it farewell. Would you be kind enough to give me a chance to say goodbye, so that I may leave without regrets?
Agreed. But until you leave Penacony for good, you're to stay by my side.
You have my gratitude.
I left my home in a hurry, too. I know how it feels. That said, I can't make this call by myself. My companions need to know about this, too.
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony, too?
Come with me. We'll go find them. You come along, too.
Okay. Boy, this is gonna be a party.
here. They should be somewhere nearby.
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, there's something that puzzles me. Now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue on its trailblazing journey? Why have you and your companions stayed behind in Penacony? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were indeed the case,
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the Nameless and aid with any plans you may have.
there's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering here is a certain unusual passenger.
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up in Penacony for a while before we depart.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here? Or these ladies?
This... how?
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a huge problem.
Isn't it fascinating how variables never fail to find their way into the lives of organic life forms? I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to turn down the invitation. But it looks like my decision also cost me the front row seat to all of your exciting adventures. Conclusion: there is likewise a downside to pursuing reason. I hear that the Astral Express has established a collaboration with the Garden of Recollection for your next destination. Could there be more to it? Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind in the Garden of Recollection's mirror. It's a pity we do not communicate much within the society. Not to mention we've lost most of our members to the Lord of Silence. I have never heard of Amphorius, however. That Foxian girl has indeed been through an unimaginable turn of events. I suppose that's the fate you organic life forms are bound by. So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral Express volunteered to send her back home? Looks like this is one exceptional passenger. Don't you have to accompany her then, Miss Himiko?
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on? March?
About that. Why don't you ask her instead? She knows knows how to present things logically. Not now, of all times. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Ting-Yoon for a while after separating from the rest. But then we ran into something weird.
Did something happen in the dreamscape?
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh challenge, and he gave us some of his candy. A type of candy that's supposed to make you fall over laughing.
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
I didn't really want to do it, but she insisted on us giving it a shot. That's how we got into this problem.
What happened?
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So we had some candy, and we're so happy we rolled around on the ground for a bit before standing up. But once we did, we realized Miss Ting-Yoon ate the candy too, but she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after sneeze. And before we knew it, she multiplied into several Ting-Yoons right in front of us.
What's your take on this?
The dreamscape is a Memoria world. It is likely that candy triggered her hypersensitive mind, causing scattered memory fragments to dissociate and become entities themselves. There is no cause for concern. We've experienced similar incidents from time to time in the sweet dream.
Mr. Yang? Who's this?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself now.
I was only being careful, or we would have been stopped by the bloodhounds more than once on our way here. Help me remove my disguise. 1 week.
It's been a while, everyone.
You! What's going on?
Everyone, stay calm. I'll explain. I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be dishonest, but to prevent any unforeseen complications, I'll be accompanying him everywhere he goes until he leaves Penacony. Mr. 1 Week here is an old acquaintance of Sunday's.
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
The surprises just keep pouring in. First there was Miss Acheron, and then Miss Ting-Yoon. Why does it seem like Mr. Yang always comes back with some extraordinary guests?
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now, we should be focusing on returning Miss Ting-Yoon to her normal self.
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean, Mr. Yang. These Ting-Yoons aren't exactly easy to communicate with.
Miss March 7, have you taken the time to consider my suggestion?
Your suggestion? Oh, wait. Which Miss Ting-Yoon are you again?
It's me! I'm the one who wants every Ting-Yoon to come together to form the Ting-Yoon Merchant Guild. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? Just imagine how in sync we'll be with one another. We're bound to thrive and prosper. I know, we can't leave the dreamscape to trade with the outside world, so that's where you come in, Miss March 7th. Your wits surpass many others, making you the perfect person to handle liaison negotiations on our behalf.
I guess I can consider it. I hope everything goes smoothly for your guild. There. Now do you see what I mean, Mr. Yang?
There does appear to be an element of her talking to herself.
Forget about it. How are you gonna clone your bat?
Mr. Yang mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home. Could this lady be from the Xianzhou Alliance?
Yes, more specifically, the Xianzhou Luofu.
The Luofu? Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Luofu some time ago? Was she one of the few survivors?
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person closest to the eye of the storm.
Looks like there's a lot more to this story.
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape, do you have any suggestions for fixing this problem?
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other Miss Ting-Yoons here.
That sounds nice. People never forget a personally prepared home-cooked meal. But then again, gifts should be lasting. What about a delightful new bouquet of flowers on the table each day? Wouldn't they do a better job at brightening up someone's day? That sounds like a good idea. If we really want to do this right, though, it's the thought behind the gift that truly matters. The more thought goes into the gift, the better the recipient feels it. She makes a valid point, too.
You sure have a way of not offending anyone.
These three Ting-Yoons don't look like they'll be reaching a conclusion anytime soon. We won't be able to get a word in.
So, what do you think, Sonny?
Let's try a different name, my dear friend.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a leaf out of this Foxian girl's book.
The problem with Miss Ting-Yoon is just as I suspected before. That prank shattered her into notes that are each a part of her. In other words, it means the Ting-Yoons we see here are all different aspects of her psyche.
Okay. You just made it sound a whole lot more complicated.
At any rate, this is a known occurrence across the dreamscape. Tuning could be the way to fix it. The only problem is that these Miss Ting-Yoons are too caught up in their own world. Is there one we can properly speak with?
One that we can speak with? Oh, I think there is one. But it may take me a while to identify her. Sleepwalking. Nope, not her. do I feel like it's not gonna be a wise move to interrupt her? Huh? Ugh, yikes! She's scary! No, I won't be able to talk to her. Huh? You can't fly? Why? I can. I can fly. A long, long time ago, a big girl flew with me really high into the sky. I'll take you next time. Pinky promise? Should we get someone to watch over her?
Nah, I think she's perfectly fine on her own. The childlike innocence that adults have is a lot more resilient than you can imagine.
Even if that's true, it doesn't apply to her. Oh, were you all looking for me? Oh, were you all looking for me? Found her! If I remember correctly, this Miss Ting-Yoon's trait is... it's nothing special, really. She ought to meet your one we can properly speak with requirement, right?
Worth a try. My lady, if I may, I wish to perform a tuning on you.
Before you start, you should know that we're keeping our eyes on you. If you even think about taking Miss Ting-Yoon hostage...
It is not my intention to provoke you. Perhaps, as assurance, we can have my friend here perform the task in my stead. 1 week has a higher mastery of the harmony than I do.
That is true.
If you still have concerns, you are also free to restrain me while he performs the tuning.
There's no need for that. You're acting so... sincere. I'm actually surprised.
Are you all right with this, Miss Ting-Yoon?
I go as the wind blows, so you may decide for me.
Then kindly forgive our intrusion. Please do your best, 1 week.
Did any of you hear a voice just now?
A voice?
Never mind.
Look! It's working!
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Miss Ting-Yoon, you're finally back! You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Just a trivial matter.
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle it yourself. This girl is not as ordinary as she appears. I nearly died. Just now.
Don't be afraid.
What is this place?
No matter what you see, you only need to remember one thing. You're not alone.
Who are you? And who am I? Is that where I came from? And where does this path lead? That looks so familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
The life support pod is ready. There were only minor issues.
That's great. Otherwise, that person from the Xianzhou might not be able to hold on much longer.
You're still trying. There's no precedent for saving someone who was destroyed by a Lord Ravager. Will it even work?
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand the logic behind it, but if she says it's possible, then it must be.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where I am? Can they not hear me? This girl is... What a familiar name. Do I know her?
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
It's you again.
These are wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot be removed.
The destruction? I don't understand. Please, who are you? And why won't you show yourself?
I can't go to you. All I can do is wait for you to finish walking this path.
You want me to go through here? Do I have to fight it?
There's no need for that. It's too dangerous, and you can't do it anyway. Don't fight it. Embrace it.
Try to coexist with it. Think of it as feeling your own scars.
My scars? Wait! Is this called coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone. Existence is unity. All will be swept away by the wind.
Time to cleanse the pillar.
Let the show begin!
Everything in this world is bleeding. Set the free!
Let's improvise. Let the show begin!
Be of your body and mind. Fight to land!
Eternal. All will be swept away by the wind.
Yes! Everything in this world is bleeding.
How can it be? Why are there still so many of them? The ones from before weren't defeated either?
As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars of the destruction. Or bring them with you when you return to the world here. These are your two choices.
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh, no wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit now?
Close, but not quite.
So, I'm trapped between life and death? Existing in a limbo?
You can think of it that way.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be trying to save me, Benefactor. But why are you telling me all this?
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return to this world or not.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me make a choice.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from nothing to begin with. You may also prove yourself to be the exception. I would also be pleased with that result.
How troublesome. But I suppose that's part of living.
Survival or destruction is no longer a choice for you. They both now grow along the same path.
and only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your very first victory in this tug of war. It's a good start.
This is...
Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager. By all rights, you should not have survived. But someone didn't agree with that assessment, and it just so happens I was able to fulfill his request.
What about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hands of that Lord Ravager, who destroyed your body and spirit. Yet, you were also the most fortunate. Her desire to claim everything about you for herself meant she needed time, so you were spared instant annihilation. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death. Yet, they couldn't be more different. If you had truly died, I would have been powerless to do anything for you.
My body feels strange.
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. You'd be in excruciating pain. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. As I said before, these wounds will stay with you for the rest of your life. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modifications to your body. Or more specifically, your tail. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately, the inescapable price of survival is often more adversity.
Regardless, I'm grateful to you for saving my life.
There's no need for that. This was merely a transaction. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me is clear.
Who?
Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds me, you seem to have some dependable friends with close ties to you. You should go with them. It can only help with your recovery to hear more about your past. Are you all right?
Did I pass out?
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead. This is no ordinary woman.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you anymore. Miss Ting-Yun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate encounter with a Lord Ravager who robbed her of her identity and left her on the verge of death. While she miraculously escaped with her life, her body suffered terrible injuries beyond all power to heal.
But something happened to change that outcome?
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the field of life sciences and managed to grant Miss Ting-Yun a shot at survival. After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Ting-Yun back home. We made a stop at Penacony along the way, partly to allow her some time to convalesce.
I'm so sorry. I thought no one would be affected if I hid inside a dream. I didn't expect so many mishaps to happen.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I get something to drink? I feel like I've been asleep for 10 years.
That's fine. We should find another place to talk anyway. We drew some attention with that commotion earlier.
So glad again. I'm a local, you know.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank the both of you for your assistance.
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Ting-Yun is resolved, are we meeting your other two companions next?
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition, so let's wrap up your farewells first. I'll leave Miss Ting-Yun in your hands.
Huh? But, Mr. Yang, the messenger from the Xianzhou is almost here. You're not coming with us?
I trust that you can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be there. She'll be able to handle any decisions should you run into any difficulties.
Okay. We better hurry then.